Alrighty then, so with the new 3.4 patch coming along the way and with Cypher just dropping, I thought it would be appropriate to look at Pride Wind, right? I did mention how I kind of want to start doing this towards the ending of every patch cycle, right? And I believe I did it last time when Anoxa came out. Was he the last one for 3.2, 3.3? Wait, no, we're in 3.3. So for 3.2, I'm pretty sure he was, right? So I'll be doing this again in, well, the next second half of the patch, which would be just reruns. Actually, I don't really think I need to. Actually, I think I could just do it from the jump or whenever Fate comes out. So I didn't want to say this. No, I'm not using Opera GX anymore. That shit's just ass, right? So we're gonna be seeing a lot of ads, right? Which is like, it's such a, like, for you guys it might not be a distraction, but for me it really is. It's just, yeah, it's such a fucking distraction, right? So without further ado, let's just get along, and obviously I'll be discussing my opinions. If you guys disagree, it's fine. Just let me know why, and obviously be civil. So let's just get into this, right? And obviously T0, the only issue that I have with T0 with the DPS category is simply put, there's just no 2.x characters here. 1.x, I mean, I guess I can understand, right? But I mean, at the same time, not necessarily, right? But like 2.x, like Facial was like the last DPS of the patch, right? Or was it Rappa? It was either Facial or Rappa, the last DPSs of 2.x, and they're not even T0. They're not even a year old. They're very young, right? So I mean, Rappa I understand because she's break, and I've always said this break is just ass, right? So there's that, right? But there's just nothing to really say. And Anoxa isn't there, which high key I do like. Excuse me. I've always been saying this theory that I've been having, and that is, I think HSR might start tuning characters a bit, or they might have a ceiling for the upcoming characters, including Finon. So hopefully that occurs, because I mean, I just don't want to see every single character being as broken as possible. And if you looked in, well, the L word, I can't say that word, but you know, oh fuck, I said that last video. If you do look at leaks, then you will know that Finon's kit isn't very Sugoi. It's actually pretty bad. He's gonna be at T0, obviously, but similar to Break when they first came out, and Firefly when she first came out, as the game ages, they just get worse and worse, right? And trust me, that will happen with Finon if they don't fix his kit. So then we're gonna do support DPSs, and Cypher actually being in T0 is quite surprising to me, because I have her E1. As what I'm gonna pull E2, she doesn't feel like an T0 character, if that makes sense, right? And again, I have a very expensive Cypher. I thought Cypher would be at T0.5, so seeing her at T0 is very interesting. She's very versatile though. Like, you can use her with Castle Racing. You can use her like any team in the game, theoretically speaking, especially if you have more Eidolons on her, like myself, right? And soon I hopefully I could get E2, and that just makes her extremely versatile, especially for Akron, which is who I run her with, right? But again, just seeing her here, it's actually pretty interesting, right? Because it's essentially saying she is comparable to Tribby, and I guess she is in like high key, yeah. But I just feel like Tribby has that oomph that Cypher just doesn't have. But I mean, seeing her there, it's I mean, no complaints. I just don't feel that coming from Cypher. I don't, right? And high key with the Silver Wolf buffs, I hope that Silver Wolf can be T0 in both support DPS and amplifier, because when Silver Wolf first came out, if you guys are unaware, she could have been used as DPS, like as a sub DPS. If I recall correctly, it was Break Wolf or Crit Wolf that was meta back in the days as well. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's either or. So please do forgive me because I wasn't really like on YouTube as much, but I've heard of it before when Wizard Wolf came out, and obviously I pulled for her, and when she originally came out, just for her supportive and amplifier capabilities. But I don't really recall if it was Crit or Break Wolf that was better, but that could be coming back in the game, and I've seen some videos, and it's pretty to go if I say so myself, right? And then I mean that's just basically it. Yeah, I mean I'm gonna go to T0.5 later, but obviously amplifiers T0, Sunday, Robin, yeah, several of us should hypothetically be here. If not here, then T0.5. I just hope I really do hope not T0.5. I really hope she's at T0, and I think she would be. I don't know about like for how long though. Like I really don't know, because we're getting another Harmony character in patch 3.5 if I recall correctly. And I mean, just with HSR's like track record, they're probably gonna power creep fucking Tribune and everybody else in the game, bringing down the value of most characters as per usual, right? But hopefully not. And obviously Robin, Sunday, Trailblazer, nothing to argue there. I'm just really happy that Trailblazer is as powerful as they are, simply because they're free, right? Which is something that you don't really see. It's definitely like very pleasant. I really do love that. And Sustain, very shocked at this. I thought Hyacinth was gonna be here by herself, or Lingsha was gonna go down. Did Aventuring go down? I don't know if he was already down or if he just went down, right? But seeing Ho here makes me happy, because they do recognize that even though Ho isn't a DPS or doesn't have sub DPS capabilities like Hyacinth, she is still very much so a problem, in a good way. A problem as in she's a problem for the enemies, because her heals are insane. My Sustains, they're like never built to the best. Like my Ho sucks and my Hyacinth just sucks ass, right? But even then, they both feel like crazy, like fucking 6k 4k heals, right? And my Hyacinth is E0S1, Ho is E0S0 though, so there is that. She is SP unfriendly, which I mean I don't necessarily agree with that, because you don't really have to heal until like the ending of her ult duration. I'm so sorry. I am, again, it's 9 in the morning. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've been up since like 5 in the morning, so just 5 hours, right? I could be wrong if I mentioned that or not. But Lingsha being here though, that is I don't know. I mean, I don't really agree with that, right? She's classified as FUA, but realistically speaking, you're not using her for FUA. You're gonna be, well, I mean, she does have a FUA, but I mean, I don't even know what her little rabbit is called. But I mean, nah, I don't know. I mean, Lingsha being here over Aventurine, I guess only because of the current MOC cycle, I could see that, because Aventurine provides no heals, and with the Casterized boss being a thing, and literally like forcing you to have a healer, not a preservation character, I do see why. But with, you know, there's no genuine complaint. I am very much so pleased with everything besides the DPS category, right? Now, obviously, T0.5, Gallagher is still holding very strong, which is very surprising because he is a 4-star. So a 4-star being as prevalent and meta as Gallagher is it's very much so pleasing, right? Because anybody could have him. Again, Adventuring, I already said my opinions on him. I just don't think he should be here, right? Ruan Mei being as low as she is surprising, right? I think her value definitely went up for I gotta yawn again. For the free-to-play Casterized teams. I just don't feel like she is T0.5 anymore. I could very much still be wrong, and that is because her main teams would be Cash so that definitely like gained her that value, but then Break, and again, Break isn't good, right? So she's like holding on to those two main teams, and Break isn't good. Nah. Break isn't good. Ting Young should also be at T1. But I'm also happy that they're not at T1 because they're. I mean, Rodway is old, almost 2 years old, but Ting Young isn't that old. So just, being power cut that fast, nobody likes to see that, right? Or not being as useful that fast. But regardless, they're still pretty good. JQ holding strong as per usual. T0.5, very much so. I mean, deserved, right? He's pretty good. He's still really good, and hopefully with the Kafka buffs, we can see that DOT part of it really showing. He might even power creep Black Swan for the DOT team because Black Swan doesn't really have much, but I mean she's just hot. that's it. And then I forgot what her little stacks are called, but those stacks that allow her to give damage, I don't think that would be as strong as running JQ, because JQ gives vulnerability, high key defense reduction if you have him in the right kit, and he's just good, right? What the fuck did I just do? Oh, I have no idea what I just did. I mean, unless wait, where's JQ? Now all these ads are just popping up, huh? Okay, yeah, that's very annoying, a nuisance for me at least, right? But who knows though? Who knows? Because I have no idea if he will actually be good. Definitely, Black Swan's value will be going up due to the Kafka buffs. I do hope to see her at T1, right? But whatever. Aventuring holding very strong. Pretty sure. Yeah, he is like one of only 3 1.0 characters that are as high as they are. Obviously the other one being Ruan Mei and Whoa, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. We love to see that, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about this Mazda, bro. The fuck out of here. Cars are too expensive, right? And at 2025, get the fuck out of here, bro. Right? But I mean, see him being here, it's a pleasant surprise, right? We love to see that, and I do hope he can hold this position and being as strong as he is. And Serval up here, Serval should be good. Okay, good. Again, it's just that is really good. And Anaxa being here is interesting because I said in my Cypher video that I feel like Anaxa is stronger than Cypher. So if Cypher is at T0, I feel like Anaxa shouldn't be at T0.5, but T0 instead, right? Because his damage output is pretty juicy and thick compared to Cypher. And then look at the stats. Look at that. T0, T0.5, T0.5, but then you got T0, T1, T0. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I get this. I get that this is a memory of chaos. But whenever I see this, I don't judge just MLC. I high key judge like everything in the game. Excuse me. I just don't feel like he should be at T0.5 if Cypher is thriving here. But whatever. Jade being here is very surprising, right? Jade being here is a pleasant surprise. Nothing to really complain about that. I'm pretty sure Jade's about to be a year old or is a year old. So still holding up pretty strong. She got that oomph in her, right? And then obviously for a DPS, Anaxa isn't that good compared to his other counterparts. But I mean, can you believe him? Yeah, he was made as a support, so I don't even know why they have him as like his own separate DPS. I get it. I get that you can use him as a DPS, but I mean, his kit just screams of the Herda glazing, right? He was made to be a support character. Akron being here, I've said this prior and I will say it again. I just don't see it. E0, S0 specifically, I don't see it. Like if it was E0, S1, okay, now we have an argument, right? But I mean, her being at E0, S0, yeah, At T0.5, I don't see it. Rappa, I understand 100%, but right now, I mean, I guess the only thing that's like still holding her strong at this point is the fact that everything in the I mean, every content in the game right now is like AOE for whatever reason. So there is that that's like still like assisting her, but I yeah, I mean, I love Akron, right? I have her E2 S1. I'm pulling E2 Cypher just for Akron. I only pulled Hyacinth just for Akron. Same thing with Sunday. And like I just give I feed Akron any drug that she needs. And even then, me being an E2 player, I just don't see how she's as powerful. And I do want to point this out. I have used E1. I use E1 on like a monthly based on my friend's accounts because fortunately I am fortunate to have that experience. So I feel like I do have a really good vision and point of view with these. And obviously my friends they have it with JQ, Sunday, and Aventurine, not Hyacinth but Aventurine, right? And I do use it in the monkey boss side, not the like the banana bots, not the side Casterai side, because without a healer it's very hard, right? But I mean, she does clear respectfully, but like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can see the debate now that now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm saying that clear in my head, I'm like, well, that was like a 4 cycle clear, right? And the 4 cycle is still pretty competent at E0 S0. Akron is a year old. It's just hard when you got like these characters, because she's like low-key like being compared to someone like Anaxa, and again like just like shy away of being compared to these guys, right? And I mean, no DPS character as of right now is on the level of Ugly and Casterai Saiki. Ugly is strong. People sleep on her just because she requires high investment, but once she's like that, once you have everything, she's retarded, bro. She's strong, right? And then I've said this before, Rappa being here, I agree. Wait, actually, wait, did I say that? I don't know. Was it with Rappa or with Acheron? I don't know. I've been talking too much. Rappa being here though, I still do agree with, especially with the current boss in MOC Floor 12 literally being catered towards Rappa. That boss came out with Rappa's patch. So I mean, I do see why she's here. I am also very surprised that she is here. I do feel like it's about time to just go down, but maybe they just want to fill up the gaps, fill up the spaces. They don't want to have it as empty. They don't want to have it looking like this, empty as possible. So obviously these guys being here is very respectful, you know, like obviously, right? Facial being here is very sad. Boo Hill shouldn't be here. Boo Hill should be at T0.5. And honestly, I get that this, I mean, you know what, not for this MOC cycle, but just overall gameplay wise, he should be at T0.5. Facial, same thing, but unfortunately this like MOC has really just been like AoE, and that's like fucking these hunt characters in the butthole, right? Which forgive me for saying that if that disturbs you, but it's the truth, right? It really has been, and it's fucking annoying. No complaints here, no complaints here. Sparkle might actually bump up in value, so I am hoping to see her at T0.5. Pella, still really good for a 4-star, right? And then obviously, what the fuck? People use support Blade in the Blade 2025. The game is 2 years old. Whatever. So Kafka, Jinglu, Blade, and Silverwolf. I do think with their respective buffs, they will be in T0.5 or higher. They're really good, especially Kafka. Look, I want to point this out, right? And I shouldn't be talking about leaks, but I will be. Excuse me. Kafka's buffs are insane. Every single other character that you see out there, their buffs are good, but they use 3.0 support and all of that, and they get a similar or relatively like okay clear to Kafka. But Kafka just uses 2.0, characters, and she is as strong as ever, right? She does as well as they do, or even better. I don't know. I just feel like Kafka is just really strong, right? She's really strong, and hopefully she does get a support that just like boom, just has her in a podium and just she stays at T0 or T0.5, right? And I will say this, Kafka buffs, she is actually going to be a lot better than E0S0 Acheron. I don't know about E0S1. I haven't checked the stats on that, but I could confidently say E0S0 Kafka is just better than E0S0 Acheron. I don't know about ugly again. I actually have to see. I can actually just do that. I can't do that myself because I don't have E0 Ac. I mean, I could do it on my friend's account, right? Just do 2 recordings on my account and whatever, right? And Blade is strong, right? Blade is gonna be low-key Cypher in a nutshell, right? And Tribute, where you can use him as a support DPS and also as a just normal DPS. I am very happy with the buffs that they got. Now you can use OG teams like Blade and Jinglu, right? That team is very old. Or now, what the fuck type of ad is this? Oh, dude, this stupid ass car, right? Or you can use teams with Casterize and Blade. My Day and Blade. It's just right here. And with Hyacinth being the best in slot for those teams, I'm very happy. I am actually very much so happy. And obviously Jinglu's buffs are pretty nutty, right? Like, they're very good. But Silverwolf's buffs, ooh, I'm very happy for her buffs, right? It's really good. The whole RNG bullshit part of her kit should have never been a thing, but now they just removed that completely. Finally, right? Her buffs are really good. Unfortunately, she is better than Cypher and JQ at E1 or even E2, right? So for someone like me, where I could have invested in a Silverwolf and not in a Cypher, I am losing in damage output. But I don't give a fuck about meta. Cypher is hot as hell, so I'm wondering with Acheron. But I mean, that's really it. Everybody here, I mean, I do see why they belong here. I do really hope other characters could get buffed. For instance, characters like Bailu, Zila, Donghong. Donghong not getting buffed was actually very surprising, right? Argenti, the only reason why he isn't getting buffed is simply because he's here, right? And it's the same thing with Topaz, right? But I do hope more buffs come. For instance, I hope Sparkle gets a buff. She really does deserve a buff. Black Swan, maybe Fu Shuang, and again just Zila and Ratio. Ratio needs a buff. Realistically speaking, I don't think they'll ever buff the standard units, simply because if they give them a buff that's as strong as the current buffs that the current characters are getting buffed, no one's gonna pull for anybody else. My Himiko's E3, E4. If she gets buffed, imagine E0 S1 is gonna be like in T0.5. You have Eidolons on top of that. They're gonna be really strong, right? That's still like very sad part. I just don't see them ever buffing the. Excuse me, I had to burp, but it's not coming out. I don't see them ever buffing the standard characters because a lot of people have Eidolons on them. I have an E3 or E4 Clara, E3, E4, E3 or E4. I'm saying E3 or E4 because I don't recall Bronya. Unfortunately, I actually do not have any Eidolons on Welt. Very sad. I have an E3 Bailu, E2 Japard or E1 Japard, right? Well, I got no Eidolons on Welt, which is very, very sad, right? Japard, I think, would be the only one that they would actually buff, realistically speaking. But whatever. With all that being said, if you like this type of content, please do consider to let me know. If you don't, I'm still gonna do this. I really want to start doing this every patch cycle. Just check out the list, see what's popping, see if I agree, disagree, give my personal thoughts. If you guys disagree or agree with me, let me know. It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna go back to watching Mario Kart videos because I'm too broke to play the game or to buy the game, right? And even if I had the money, I'm not wasting $500 on like a 10-year-old software. What the fuck? What is this? Whatever. I'm gonna go watch my video as per usual. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya.